NCI was founded in 1979 for the explicit purpose of producing closed captions and providing closed caption decoders to deaf and hard-of-hearing viewers. That second mission went away after a while because NCI was instrumental in developing a chip that could be built into TV sets so that all the TV sets could receive closed captions. So there was no reason for anyone to go out and buy a separate decoder. So that part of our business disappeared. But the business of providing captions, of making closed captions, has remained ever since. And we've done it in all sorts of formats for all kinds of programs, for networks, for individual TV stations, for cable networks, for governmental meetings. Now we're doing streaming on the internet, all kinds of things. If there's a need for captions, we put them there. It's amazing how important closed captioning has become in people's lives, not only the lives of people who are deaf and hard of hearing, but other people as well. And you don't realize it most of the time because it's become such a part of our lives that it's just there. But every once in a while, something happens that reminds you or reminds us as caption makers, how critical this is. For example, I was at a meeting once where someone was giving a talk, a hearing person was giving a talk, and there was deaf people in the audience, so there was an interpreter and so forth. And then at the end of the meeting, end of the talk, it was time for questions. And one of the deaf people raised his hand and had a question. He said, well, last night on television I saw a show about da-da-da, whatever you were talking about, and followed up with a question. And I was in the back of the room thinking, if I didn't do what I do, this guy couldn't have asked that question. So it really does matter. Every once in a while, it really does come and hit you. NCI offers various services. We provide closed captioning for pre-recorded programs so that the captions actually become part of the video at the time that the program is airing, so no one has to create the captions at that time. It's done already. We provide captions for live programs when the captions are created at the same time that the program is on the air, so that's for news or sports or meetings or other kinds of live events. We provide video description for people who are blind or have low vision, where the audio portion describes what's going on. And we provide the services, the captioning services, in both English and Spanish in two ways. We provide it in English when they're speaking in English, Spanish when they're speaking in Spanish, Spanish when they're speaking in English, English when they're speaking in Spanish. And in addition, we do subtitling. We provide subtitles in a number of different languages. When NCI started, we dealt with 2-inch videotapes and discs this big, and very, what now seems to be klutzy technology, although it was avant-garde and very fancy at the time. Recently, we've developed a technology called DSMM, which is a modem management system, which helps us cut way down on the number of disconnects between us and the client when we're delivering captions on telephone lines. We've also developed a system called CCP, which is something the captioners use to be able to see the programs and to send the captions out either over phone lines, over the internet, or whatever it is we concoct. NCI has been around for a long time, and that's a good thing because that means we can build on all the experience that we've developed over the years. We can take advantage of what we've done right, we can take advantage of what we've done wrong, and use it so we can constantly make improvements and enhancements and provide captioning and video description in the future using the latest technologies, the latest techniques, doing it as efficiently as we possibly can, and producing a pretty good product.